And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you're either there, chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. Our website is dadmodepod.com. If you want to tweet us at dadmodepod or just use the hashtag #dadmode. What's going on, people? What's going on? It's good to be back this weekend as we're getting hit with yet another blizzard here in snowy Minnesota, so hopefully it's a little bit warmer wherever you are listening, and thank you for making us part of your day. And if you're new to the show, it's just a gathering for parents. I mean, it could be parents in general. I am a dad. Yeah, I can't really speak from the motherly side, but it's just some general loose thoughts about parenting, and it's not going to be a how-to. Like, this is how you should raise your kids. This is how you should not raise your kids. No, I'm not about that life here. No, not judgmental. Not like one of those mommy blogs about like 17 ways to make sure that your kid is Mozart. Nah. Just talking about topical topics with parenting, as well as maybe blowing off a little steam, doing that whole thing. It's good, right? And the weekend's here, and the weekends are for blowing off said steam. And I want to talk today about technology and kid. Now, specifically screens. And all the news, all the parenting websites that talk about screen time and kids. Is it good? Is it bad? And I remember when I was a kid, I mean, that was back when I'm 32, so I'm not exceedingly old. Or at least I like to think so. But when I was growing up, we were watching TV and Saturday morning cartoons and playing video games on those old tube TVs, like those 800-pound behemoths. And do you remember that the TVs back then were in like these wood cases that doubled as furniture? And those things were so hard to move, but it was amazing. And you would put knickknacks and doilies and stuff like that. Oh, the VCR would sit on top of there too, and it'd just be perfect, right? Like everything was just good to go. But even back then, when you're watching The Simpsons, and it was, don't sit too close to the TV or you'll burn your eyes and your retinas. It's like, nah, didn't quite work out, right? And now, that was even before computers were a regular thing, because I think we got our first like computer when I was in 6th grade, 5th grade, one of the two, right? And even then, like those old school Hewlett-Packard monitors that were like 50 pounds themselves. And like when I was a kid, I would be told, okay, we have 45 minutes of computer time. Just going after it. Right. But I'm fine. And nowadays we have 17,000 screens all over the place, right? We all stare at a computer mostly for work purposes, for hours on end, for entertainment purposes. We're looking at the computer or the TV or the cell phone or the tablet. Screens are a part of our lives. And it's interesting heading into this level of technology with young kids, because you want to do right and be a good parent, and you want to theoretically limit screen time, just like your parents tried to limit your TV time back in the day. They called it the boob tube, like it'll rot your brain. I was like, okay, we're just getting information here, right? And with the kids, like, you want to limit time that they're doodling with their phone, or if they have an iPad, or if they're watching TV, but also when they have those things in front of them, they're quiet. They're quiet and they're well behaved. They're not breaking things. And you can sort of pass it off like things on TV or games that they're playing. It can be educational, right? And that's sort of how we couch it, because it always starts out with the best intentions, but then reality sleeps in, right? And also it's a spot where this stuff isn't going away. Like, it's not like technology is going to be rolling back anytime soon. It's not like we're going to be back to Atari and Metroid Prime and 13-inch black and white Zeniths anytime soon. So I think that the sooner that these kids get a handle on this technology and understand it and know its power, then I think the better off that they're going to be. Because just imagine like an Amish kid coming in 20 years. Like all these kids hitting in the workforce, hitting in college, have been up with this technology the entire time, and then whoosh. Yeah, because if you give a kid your phone now, and I'm sure that you've done this, especially like out in public, and the kid's getting a little fidgety, just give them your phone, and then you turn on kid mode, and they'll play games and whatnot. They know how to scroll. Like, they understand the UI, UX of the phone so quickly, and it's so intuitive. And I'm sure that millions, tens of hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on R&D of studying the human brain and patterns, and like this is hardwired into us, where us humans are good problem solvers. And if you're a kid, you understand, all right, if I put my finger here and I swipe up or down, it does this, and if I click this, it does that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's just, God, what's the word? Innate? That's not the word. But, yeah, kids are really amazing what they do. And we'll get into what we do with Margaret here in a sec. Now, most working parents worry about their kids every single minute, second of the day, right? You're more at ease and more focused when you know your kids, parents, pets, and home are well cared for. Peace of mind is priceless, but it's a lot less expensive than you think, because Care.com is the world's largest digital marketplace for finding and managing family care. For finding sitters, nannies, housekeepers, dog walkers, senior care, tutors, errands, anything. Full-time, part-time, any time. We've been premium members for a while now, and it's really great. If you need some really quick, like short notice child care, or maybe more consistent, like a nanny, it's amazing. Plus, Care.com provides access to a variety of background check options you can purchase to help you make the best hiring decision. You can join for free as a basic member. Start searching and see if there's anything out there for you. And once you upgrade to a premium membership, you can reach out to them, schedule interviews, and even book and pay for care online through the app. It's amazing. Plus, here we go. Save 30% off a Care.com premium membership. Visit care.com/dadmode, DADMODE, when you subscribe. Again, 30% off Care.com premium membership, care.com/dadmode. And the approach that we're taking with Margaret is that we really want her to be on, like, not stupid things. So what we like to do is, when it's on YouTube, whether it's on TV or the phone, we like to let her watch Cookie Swirl C stuff, but also there's some educational programs on there as well, where she learns. It's so funny how if you talk to the kid, and like at her age, 3.5, headed to be 4, like there's so many new words and phrases and mannerisms, and then you realize like they're getting most of that from TV. Right. And like when Margaret's in a room playing by herself with her dollies, and what she'll do is, we've talked about Cookie Swirl, where it's just this YouTube show. It's really popular. It's really fun, of this lady playing with these toys. And it's just like how kids would play with toys, and they give them voices and stuff. And so when Margaret does that and is playing with her toys, like she'll talk in the voice of Cookie Swirl, and then she's like, "Oh, hi, Cookie fans," and it's really hilarious, and it's pretty telling how God, what's the word? Impressionable. Sure, they are at this young age. So that's why you do have to be careful, because especially when they're on your phone. And sometimes kids will have headphones in, like the big, kids noise canceling headphones. And there's some rabbit holes you can go down on YouTube. And I probably should have looked. I'm sure there's a kid-friendly version of YouTube, but I mean, those suggested for you, or you may also like videos on that sidebar. Like you could be going down like, oh, this is a video about rabbits. Oh, look at the cute little rabbits. Oh, it's so cute. Next one could be like how to cook rabbit stew. And, you got Steve Ranella, Meat Eater. What's up? See, I love that stuff where he's you're shooting and skinning and cooking and eating a rabbit. But if you're a 3.5-year-old kid, probably not great. Probably not great to have that all up in there. And we're not even getting into like them getting on into pornography or talking. What was the old cliche from when we were kids? Chat rooms. It's like, oh, you're talking to strangers on the internet. Well, you can do that every single second of every single day. Now there's pictures, right? You got Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and like all of these other social media companies that haven't even started yet. By the time that the kids turn teenager, that is dangerous. It really is dangerous. Plus, man, the whole cyberbullying thing of you see it on social media, even with adults. And we experience this to a degree. We're heavily involved in sports talk stuff. So, people, the keyboard warriors, and if there's no repercussions to your words, essentially, right? And there usually isn't. Like you could have a fake screen name, you could have a fake picture, you could have da-da-da. And you could basically say whatever you want to whoever you want. That's tough. And especially in high school when it's always an awkward time anyways, and people can just fill your mentions with just vile nastiness that teenagers say to each other on a regular basis. That's bad. That is rough. So it's really hard to keep on top of all these ever-changing technology items, and I'm sure it's going to get way tougher as the kid gets older as well. And I'm only 32, and just trying to keep up with all these changing technology, I'm starting to feel like an old man. I really am starting to feel like an old person, and it's all these damn kids with their new technologies and stuff. Yeah, but it's not like it's going away anytime soon. So I am glad that Margaret's getting into it and she's adopting it, and she does like her shows, and she does play some games on there, and she does learn. I think it is helpful to a degree, and I don't necessarily want to go back to like, well, it's better to have no screens and just like live like an Amish person. Nah. At least the butter would be better, right? Fresh butter would be good. But that's thoughts on phone, tablet. Oh, God. She's going to want a cell phone when she's like 8, isn't she? Just add another line to the family plan. Sure. Tell a friend, spread the word. Available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. If you want to give us a follow, at DadMoPod, me and Andy Carlson Show, and the website is dadmopod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, go Dad Mode, and we'll smell you later.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.